White Dragon, Anna Allen in the Face of Danger. Mountains of Snow. In 1982, it snowed hard in the Sierra Nevada, a chain of mountains in California. By late March, the mountains lay beneath a deep cover of snow. Business was booming for the ski resorts there. All day long, skiers rode up the mountainsides and skied down the smooth, white slopes. Anna Allen worked at the Alpine Meadow Ski Resort near Lake Tahoe. She ran the chairlift that takes skiers up the mountain so that they can ski down. It was a good job for a 22-year-old woman who loved the outdoors. She loved skiing, and every day she could look at some of the most beautiful mountains in the world. Here you see skiers fly down the slopes of Alpine Meadows overlooking Lake Tahoe. On the last day of March, Anna woke up to a fresh layer of snow. It was 6 feet deep in some places. Throughout the day, heavy, wet snow continued to fall. Anna wanted to help a friend dig out his car from under the snow. She needed her waterproof ski pants. They were in a locker at the ski resort. Anna set off for the resort to get them. Blasting the slopes. The mountain manager was in charge of making things safe for skiers at the resort. He had closed the resort that day. He knew that heavy snow might slide down the slopes and become an avalanche. Without warning, tons of snow could come crashing down the mountainside. An avalanche could snap trees, smash buildings, and bury skiers. The locker room was in a 3-story building near the ski lodge. As Anna went into the building, she met the mountain manager. He seemed upset with her. He told Anna that she had just done something foolish and dangerous. You skied on the main road, he pointed out. A team was getting ready to blast the snow on the road. Anna had just missed getting caught in the blasting. Trained workers blast the slopes to make small avalanches. Setting off a few small avalanches can stop big avalanches from happening. Big avalanches can be deadly, but getting caught in an area being blasted can be deadly too. Anna had not known about the blasting. She had been very lucky to miss it. Skilled blasters help prevent large avalanches. Buried alive. Anna knew how lucky she had been. If she had known they were blasting the slopes, she never would have gone to the lodge. She hurried to the hall lined with lockers. She would just grab her ski pants and head home. Crash! Suddenly, something hard hit her. Everything went black. When Anna awoke, she had trouble thinking clearly. Her head hurt terribly. She looked around, but she didn't know where she was. At first, she thought she was at home. She thought that maybe the hot water heater had blown up, or maybe there had been an earthquake. Slowly, her thoughts became clearer. An avalanche, she realized. Anna could feel the wooden lockers that had fallen against a bench to form a space. The space was only about 3 feet wide and 5 feet long. She could not see. It was as dark as night and as cold as a refrigerator. There was little room for her to move. Anna was not sure she would leave this place alive. Searchers start looking. A large avalanche had rushed down from the slopes above. It had smashed the buildings to pieces before coming to a stop in a nearby parking lot. A lucky man at one end of the building was able to dig himself out. Searchers were already on the scene. How many other people might be buried in the building and under the snow? 2 searchers had seen Anna walk toward another part of the building. That part of the lodge looked completely destroyed. It didn't seem possible that anyone there could have survived. They would try looking there later. For now, searchers chose a different spot to hunt in. Rescue workers and dogs searched for people buried under the snow. Bridget the rescue dog. Later the next day, the search moved back to the building where Anna was trapped. The searchers brought in specially trained rescue dogs. These dogs are trained to find buried people by sniffing the snow. Then they help the searchers dig the people out of the snow. On the third day, a rescue dog named Bridget barked loudly. Someone was buried. Bridget stood over the spot where Anna lay trapped. Several searchers listened for someone below, but they couldn't hear anything. It had begun to snow heavily again. The dogs and the rescue workers couldn't keep looking. For the time being, the search had to be called off. Days under the snow. While the people above looked for Anna, she fought her best as she could. She fought for her life as best as she could. She had found some matches. Their light helped her find warm clothing in the lockers. It hurt to move her body, but she pulled on several layers. Still, she shivered from the cold. Her teeth chattered. Could she stay warm enough for long enough? In the darkness, Anna heard a dog barking. The sound came from above her. A rescue dog. Anna shouted and shouted, "I'm here! I'm down here!" But soon the dog's barking stopped. She heard the sound of people moving away. In deep snow, sound easily travels down, but not up. She realized that the rescuers must not have heard her. Anna knew that another avalanche might happen at any time. Maybe that was why the searchers had moved away. I would hate to have someone else die trying to find me, she thought. Anna had nothing to eat but snow. She felt weak from hunger and cold. She worried that she might pass out before the searchers came again. If she fell asleep for too long, she could easily die. She fought to stay awake. Search and rescue. Snow fell heavily for 2 more days. Then the skies cleared. The searchers began their work again. Bridget sniffed again at the spot above Anna. Again she barked. Someone was down there. This time the searchers stayed. They began digging. They dug deeper and deeper until they hit a board. They pulled the board away to find a hand reaching up through the snow. "Anna, is that you?" the searchers yelled down. "Of course it is," she called back weakly. Anna grabbed a searcher's hand. He pulled. She crawled up into the daylight. It had taken 5 long, cold days, but now she was free. A helicopter carrying Anna lifted off while the rescuers cheered. Back on the slopes. At the hospital, Anna was in very bad shape. Her legs had been in the cold for too long. In the end, she lost her right leg below her knee and all the toes on her left foot. Anna learned to walk with an artificial leg. She refused to feel sorry for herself. Within a year, she was back skiing. Nearly a year after the avalanche, she entered a race for disabled skiers. "I've got to keep going," she said. The White Dragon. There is an old riddle that is told in snow country. It goes like this: what flies without wings, hits without hands, and sees without eyes? The answer is a white dragon. It's another name for an avalanche. People look over the damage done by a white dragon. Today, Anna Allen works at the Mammoth Ski Resort in California. She visits schools and teaches ski safety. She tells of the 5 days in March 1942 when she was trapped by an avalanche. She hopes her story will help others know the fury of the white dragon.